Hey guys, some of you guys are having a little trouble recognizing, identifying these pullbacks and the thrust bar. So I try to do a little video after the market here. Again, this green area is the first 5 minutes. You can see there's a lot of activity. Don't forget we're using a 133 tick chart, so every 133 trades, you get a new candle. So I usually wait for the first 5 minutes because there's a lot of action happening there. So as we come out of this thing here, you can see we've been making these higher highs and higher lows, and right over here we have a pullback followed by a thrust bar. Let me use the point to be a lot easier. We have a pullback followed by a thrust bar and up. So if I was going to take a trade, which I had my order in, it would be right over here. This is the pullback candle. There's the thrust bar, and there was no fill. And then price goes all the way up here. So if I was going to take a pullback, it would be on this guy here, because this guy here is the pullback followed by the thrust bar, and we didn't get a fill there. And this would be my next area where I'd be looking to take a pullback, because here's the pullback, there's the thrust bar, and we take out the highs over here, and again, no fill. And here's the one that no idea I put in here. Yeah, we had a thrust bar over here, but here's the pullback candle right over here. So here's the pullback candle. Let's do it this way. Here's the pullback candle, and then there's the thrust bar. Obviously, there was no pullback. And then what we have next? Then we have makes a lower low and a pullback over here, and I had an order in here, but I didn't get filled. So that ends that. And right over here, this is part of that pullback here, and we get a thrust down, and there's where I took my. There's the pullback candle. There's the thrust bar, and here's where I got in and bagged 20. And then it gives you a 2B formation. Oh, yes, gave you a 2B formation where it takes out the low by a little bit. This is not a pullback, there's no thrust bar there. So this is a 2B break, and I entered in over here on the pullback candle. And put me in a hole about 12. Let's see what the actual numbers were. Got in at 7.25. It went down 12, and then it shot up, and I got up about. I guess I got up about 12. I ended up getting a +1 in that deal. And this was my pullback area, but it just never filled. Right over here. Because it shot down, there's the pullback candle, it shot down, never got filled. And then it kind of meanders over here, and it shoots up here, and forms a 1, 2, 3 over here, and comes down. This is not a thrust bar. This is like a half a bar, so I didn't take any trade there. I did have an order in to sell over here, but obviously it didn't get filled. And the only reason why I didn't take this guy is because I got a 1, 2, 3 over here going into this play. If it was up here a little higher, I may have done that, but the 1, 2, 3 kept me out of the move. And this is where I was looking for a pullback. Again, it's the 3-point thrust bar and up. And then we make a higher high, takes out the swings, takes out that swing, and a higher low. This would be an area where I'd be looking to get in. And no dice. And right over here we get a pullback. Followed by a thrust bar. And I didn't get filled here, but I got filled over here. Still part of the same move. and that's where I got my 20. And I did take one more. I was just waiting for an obvious. Where was that one? Well, I'll just go through all these things here. So this would have been a 1, 2, 3 over here, and could have taken an entry here, and you end up getting a +1 anyway. And this also would be an area to go long right from here on this pullback, but no fill. And then it gives you a 2B formation followed by a 1, 2, 3, and we didn't get any fills. That could have been a fill here. You got a pullback thrust bar, and you could have taken that down. Taken out the highs here, but there's no thrust bar over here in this pullback, so no cigar. And then we kind of went sideways over here, and got this 1, 2, 3, takes out the low over here, and you could have had a 1, 2, 3 right over here with a break, pullback, thrust bar, and down she went. I'm just, where was my, okay, so you got this 1, 2, 3 over here. It never fills. This here is a 2B formation. You could have taken the 2B break over here. You end up getting maybe a +1. You definitely would get a +1. And so we've now taken out this high. You could have taken this pullback here, and you'd probably end up with a +1. Let's see, you get in at 71.50, goes against you about 11 ticks, and goes up 12, so you end up breaking even. And now we make a lower low, so you got a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You could have taken this 1, 2, 3 here, and you end up with a +1. And no pullback here, no thrust bar. And it kind of meanders up here, and up here it gives you a 1, that's a higher high. 2, higher low. 3, not a higher high. So we get a break and a pullback, and I couldn't resist taking this pullback here because I was looking at it the way Cable Guy does. So there's a 1, 2, 3, or wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, and then the pullback. And I accidentally hit the flatten button. Instead of getting my 20, I ended up getting 13 in the deal. And then it gives you a 1, 2, 3 over here, and then a higher high and a higher low. You could have taken this pullback. I don't know if it connects. Let's see. I don't think it connects. Well, here's an easy way to do it. We closed at 78.75, and it only went to 79, so you wouldn't have gotten that. So it kind of gives you a 2B formation, and we break over here, and there's where I put my entry up here. So when you get a 2B formation, so is the 2B, and then you get a break of the 2 point, you always want to put your entry the last place of the 2 point, of the 2B, which would be this. It never connects, and down it goes. And then we come up to here. Well, that's 8:30, 10:30. So that's basically it. You always want to look at the pullback area followed by a thrust bar. Like if you look at this is this would be an area where I'd look to go long from here if it came up and took out the high and came back down, but it didn't. All right, so that's it.